Every day, Edina police officers serve as guardians to the residents and visitors of Edina. However, one day each year, they turn their guardianship toward a very special cause. Edina TV brings you the story of the Guardians of the Flame.
Even though the wind and rain took away their flame, the Edina Torch Run participants ran and biked as though they were guardians of one.
It was very wet when we started. It was not bad. It wasn't raining, sprinkling a little bit. So I think it was about maybe a third of the way into it. And I was thinking, okay, we're gonna get through this without the rain. Oh no, then it started pouring. And by the time we got back, we were all completely soaking wet and freezing because it was pretty cold out too.
This year, during the final leg portion that the Edina Police Department ran, about a half mile into their 3 to 4 mile run, it just started downpouring. But they all kept going, and then at the end, they had a nice barbecue that was put on by the chaplains.
Molly Langer works as a liaison between law enforcement and Special Olympics Minnesota. She says the ongoing partnership has created more than just goodwill.
We have one of the top torch run programs in the world. Annually, law enforcement fundraise for Special Olympics Minnesota over $4 million. Because of the law enforcement that we have in Minnesota, things like area, regional, and state competitions are free for athletes because we're able to provide the funding for it, and it all comes from law enforcement and the work that they do to support the athletes throughout the year.
Edina's police chief, Dave Nelson, was unable to participate in this year's event, but still had his fellow officers in mind.
During the torch run, I was thinking about everyone. I was looking at the radar and seeing how much it was raining here. When I saw the video, I was like, yep, they got wet.
But rain, snow, or shine, the torch must travel. And for Eric Anderson, who works at Special Olympics Minnesota, it's always a thrill to see the torch being carried by police officers.
The torch run was amazing. I get to see all the officers joining together running the torch from up in Canada, from Canada all the way down to Apple Valley. And it was amazing when they came in. They had a police escort that brought them in, and it was just fun watching.
The torch run originally began in 1981 in Wichita, Kansas, and it started with a police chief there, and he decided to run with a torch into the opening ceremonies for the state games for Special Olympics down in his area, and from there it's just spread around the world.
The Edina Police Department has been participating in the torch run for the last 13 years, and according to Chief Nelson, there's no plan to stop anytime soon.
I think Edina will continue to do the torch run for many years.
In Edina, Dietrich Nissen, Edina TV.
This is the 13th year that the Edina Police Department has carried the flame of hope in the final leg of the Special Olympics Law Enforcement Torch Run.